today for Fireside Chats, I have Mr. Andrea Mazurko, and he is someone who had taught me my freshman year. He taught me humanitarian engineering, and he is here to share a little bit about his experience teaching and as well as his life outside of being someone who teaches at Purdue. So with that, we'll get started. So, Mr. Andrea, could you tell us where you're from and where you've lived, how you've grown up?
Yeah, I'm originally from Milan, which is in the north of Italy. I was, born and raised in Milan, and when I was in high school, I actually came to the United States to spend a year with an American family, and I attended American, high school. So I had, the American high school experience, and at that time it was 2005, 2006, and I was in the suburbs of St. Louis.
Okay.
And then I came back, went back to Italy, and I have done my undergrad in Italy, and then I came back to the United States for my master, and I've been living here in West Lafayette for about 6 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So while you're at Purdue, what, concentration are you studying?
Okay, so I came here to do a master in astronautical and aeronautical engineering, and then I switched from that to engineering education, and I'm currently finish up my PhD in engineering education. Should be able to defend close in the summer.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thank you.
While you have taught classes, I guess, what else have you done, I guess, with your research, or what kind of experiences have you had at Purdue?
Okay. So teaching classes, I've been a research assistant for a while for my advisor. I've done. I was also the co-coordinator of his research groups. So we organized the meetings. We organized social events and a bunch of different things. And there was, is it university related again?
Yeah.
Yeah, research, and then I took classes
Of
for
course,
for my degree, and that's about
How
it.
did you become interested in this major?
Like in engineering education or in aerospace?
Either one.
Okay. So I guess aerospace since I was a child. I always loved space exploration.
Okay.
I had a big poster of some astronaut on the moon. I would, my favorite TV show was Star Trek. So I always been passionate about space exploration. I wanted that to do, to study that. So that's how I got into aerospace engineering. And but then along the way, I kind of saw that. I'm still passionate about aerospace and space exploration, but it's not like what I really want to do in my life. And I got instead mostly interested in engineering education, especially when when I came here from Italy, I saw many differences in how engineering is taught, and so I got interested in how to compare the two things and what it means to how to educate engineers to work with people from different countries that have been educated in a different way than might be used to define and solve problems in a different way.
Okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. So while you've been here, I guess, as a student at Purdue, what would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned as a student?
Okay, well, as a student, the biggest lesson, I think, very similar to what I just talked about, how, I guess, engineering, but most of human activities really depends on the context in which you do things, and the way you were raised, and the way the cultures that surround you will make you, think and act in different ways. And I had to learn kind of to adapt to, to different behaviors in order to, to be able to act appropriately in the context in which I was situated. So, even like both as a student, but even as a teacher, as an Italian, I tend to use my hands a lot. I tend to be louder, but sometimes students might be intimidated by that, so I had to learn not to do that too much, so that students, would be able to interact with me. So really about be able to, I guess, adapt to the different situation.
Mm-hmm. So, having your teaching experience, what would you say you would want to see in your students? Like, what are the best traits you've seen having given what you're learning and teaching?
Yeah, I think it's very important for students to be very curious and open-minded. Really, always to try to get interested, and even if it's a topic that might not be the best topic for them ever, try to give it a chance and try to just learn it to find something that you might like it, and let me see, another characteristic. I would like them to be proactive, to think ahead of time or what problems they might encounter, and to be I would like them always to be like the first to make the step toward asking for help. Or I'm happy to try to find out what's the problem are, but when I was teaching 120 students, it becomes for me easier to help students if they make the first step toward that. So I guess curiosity and proactiveness is definitely some of the two traits I would like to see in students.
Okay. Going back to what you said about how your biggest lesson was learning to work with a different group of people, how do you think students what can they do on campus that can kind of help them also learn how to interact with different people of different cultures, gender, before they get out into the work world?
That's a good question. I actually think we should create more opportunities for students to do that. One way is just maybe joining students' organization that are there are Asian students organization. There are different culture or nations kind of students organization. So that's definitely a good way, and learn to dance. A Hispanic or South American dance, and go this kind of events. Taking a foreign language class. I was actually a teacher for a while for Italian here at Purdue, so that's definitely a good experience for getting to learn a little bit about other people's culture. And and then the other thing is to try to go outside of your campus and take opportunities of study abroad, study abroad experiences. And if you can go for 6 months or 1 year, better, you learn much more. But if you can, if you could do like 2 weeks, a master abroad or something, or there are like even spring break abroad. It's a great experience to do that. And I guess for engineers, I would really advise them to be in like epics or service learning or design kind of classes that requires you to work with other people.
Right. Previously, you did mention something about how you like when students are proactive and they seek help.
Yeah.
As students come in, having been in a teaching position, when they come in and talk to you, how do you feel, and like how would you like them to see you?
Well, I will hope they will not be afraid of, ask me even easy questions. That be free, be comfortable to ask me any question that they need to ask me. That I will not judge them. They can just ask me, because I know everybody has different difficulties in learning different topics. So I hope they can see me as trustworthy and knowledgeable, so that they know that I'm not telling them weird stuff. That they can trust what I'm suggesting them to do, to learn. And I hope they can see me as fair in the way I assess them, and then I try always to have some laid back atmosphere in my classroom, just that so it's not too heavy to come to class. That I'm happy to joke with students, but
Mhm.
also I always need to remind, there are moments in which we need to be serious, but be
Yeah.
happy to have a joke, talk about sports, or
Yeah.
I'm a big soccer fan, so sometimes I catch students watching soccer, and I'm like, depends on the situation. I might make a joke about it, but then they need to go back to it.
Yeah.
But it's something that I know I did it when I was a student, so I don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of your interest,
Yeah.
could you tell me what else you do outside of maybe your research and teaching? What are
Yeah.
things you're interested in?
Yeah. So the number of hobbies I can allow myself to have as I went to school, they kind of decreased.
Mhm.
Now, I play soccer is a big part of my life outside of
Mhm.
studying. So I play soccer. I used to play at least twice or 3 times per week.
Wow.
Now I'm playing only once. On Saturdays, I have a group of friends who get together. We play for about 2 hours. I watch soccer a lot. I have my favorite team. It's Inter Milan. Because of the time difference, they play in Italy, so because of time difference, sometimes I wake up on Sundays at 6:30 to watch the game. I usually just watch on my bed, kind of sleeping and watching. That's something. I watch lots of soccer. Lately, with my wife, she really likes to dance.
Mhm.
She's Brazilian and she grew up dancing. Every Brazilian know how to dance. I never danced before, but now we're learning how to dance the salsa. And she wants me to. She's trying to learn to teach me how to dance sertanejo, which is
Ooh.
a dance very typical from the southern Brazilian region where she's from.
Mhm.
So that's one. And then I just really like to watch a movie or a TV show,
Yeah.
very relaxing, with some popcorns, maybe or some chips, and just relax.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking about your life, just to close everything up, what's a life advice you'd give students, not necessarily academically, but it's just in general?
Just in general,
Having lived
if you have the chance and the how do you say even the financial support to travel,
Mhm.
take advantage of traveling and try to go, even if you try to go outside the place of comfort where you are, and try. After I got my master's degree, I took a semester off and I went backpacking in South America
Wow.
for months, and that's when I met my wife.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
So yeah, so if you have the opportunities, travel and just and if you don't have the opportunity to travel, try to put yourself in places that you're not very comfortable with.
Mhm.
To be in discomfort and to learn how to be in discomfort, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time and thank you
Alright.
for interviewing with us.
Okay.
And I'll see you all later.
Cool.